So hello everybody, welcome to Raising Vibrations and welcome to a new series. So I'm really excited to be actually sharing this with you today. I'm going to be creating these little small clips that just kind of like help us understand how the zodiac, the natural zodiac, which is what you're looking at right now, this wheel over here, how the natural zodiac really shares with us simple truths about life. And I've always been fascinated by the natural zodiac. I've always been fascinated with what it can reveal to us. And so in this series, I'm really inspired to just do these little short videos that just helps you see how deep this little wheel can actually take us in terms of just human existence, right? And especially when you're looking at your own chart. So I'm going to start with Aries. And so today's video is around Aries. And we're going to be looking at the sextiles that Aries is making, okay? So firstly, what do we talk about when we talk about sextiles? We're talking about two lines of energy that are moving from the point. So there's Aries, moving from the point, and it's 60 degrees going left and right, okay? So there's 30 degrees all the way to Pisces, and then 30 degrees all the way to Aquarius. So 60-degree marks. And each sign has a sextile. It has two of them. So Taurus will have a sextile to Pisces and will have a sextile to Cancer, which we'll get into, right, in other videos. So you can see here I've marked clearly that Aquarius and Gemini are the sextiles to Aries. And so sextiles help the Aries sign, okay? And you know, when we talk about Aries, or when we develop the language that Aries has in sort of mundane astrology, you've used words like, oh, it's, Aries is all about spontaneity, like jumping a gun and going forward and being assertive. And all of these things are true. And it is part of the energy that is bursting forth in a new direction, because Aries is a cardinal sign. But what we also know about Aries that influence it deeply is that Aries requires a tremendous amount of freedom. And the sextile between Aquarius and Aries says, in order to go in a new direction, Aries, we must break away from what we have been bonded with of the past. We must liberate ourselves from the direction that we've been going in. So an example that we can give simply is, I'm sitting on my couch, my friend phones me, that goes, hey, you want to go and watch a movie? And I go, no, thank you, I don't want to. That's me staying put. That's me not using my Aries energy to move in a direction. It's me staying, right? I'm in the same path. I'm in my home, staying there. Whereas if I had said, yes, that was a fantastic idea, I'm going to be right over, immediately the Aries energy through the sextile to Aquarius says, I must detach and break free from the current direction that I'm moving in or am in to allow for a new direction to occur. So whenever we see Aries in our chart, know that there's an element of freedom that is a part of this energy. And that's why it's the freedom to explore. It's the freedom to break away. It's the freedom to decondition. And part of deconditioning means doing a new direction. You see? So you see how Aquarius, in deconditioning and breaking free, leads to a new direction, and how a new direction requires freedom, right? Now, when we look at the Gemini archetype, we go, so if we go in a new direction, and I get a lot of this with a lot of people, if we go in a new direction, how do we know where we're going? What are we supposed to do? Notice how I'm asking these questions. Notice how questions is a Gemini function. What are we going to do? Where are we going? What's it going to be like? What's the new job going to be like? What's the new adventure going to be like? Where is it taking me? There's so much curiosity that opens up for us when we explore a new direction. So the sextile, the helper that Gemini supports in Aries is through curiosity, through being open-minded, through exploring, we're allowing ourselves to understand what this new direction is about. And it's also about connection, because in Aries, the Aries energy is deeply, deeply unconscious in its purpose. It's not like I know what it's going to be about. I just know that I must act in this way, is what Aries says. And so Gemini helps that question by saying, So where should we go? Or how should we do this? Or I've never done this before. What do you think we should do? And there's always a process of inviting curiosity and opening up so that we can then explore whatever it is that we need to explore, right? And so the last thing that I want to talk about with the sextile over here is this process of how Aquarius and Gemini trine each other, and how Aries, through the sextile, is got the air sign, and the fire sign, and it's masculine principles. So it's about exploring something new and finding ourselves in new ways and discovering ourselves, Aries, that is through freedom, that is through our individuation process, Aquarius. And we learn to connect with that, Gemini. We learn to find that through curiosity, right? And that's how we communicate our individual sense of self in relationships, right? We communicate that through communication, Gemini, of our individual thoughts, Aquarius, that leads to innovation, that leads to new direction, Aries. Okay? All right, guys. So I hope that you liked episode 1 of this video. And like I said, little short clips just to burst some information into us quickly around how things work when it comes to the natural zodiac. Okay? All right, guys. Have a fantastic week. Take care. Bye-bye.